Hi. I know I basically dropped off the face of the earth, or at least YouTube, at the end of 2016. I've been struggling with a host of health issues for years, most of my life in fact, but I didn't know the full extent of my health issues until last year. Finding out that you've gone undiagnosed, untreated, and abused for multiple life-altering health problems that you've had pretty much since birth sucks. I won't go into too much detail because, funnily enough, me getting passionate or stressed out while speaking is a mess. The bottom line is that I'm physically incapable of what I used to do on a daily basis. Where I may have released 4 videos a day, now I'm lucky if I can record, stream, or hold a conversation for longer than 10 minutes. My throat is the least of my health concerns, but it is the most obvious detriment to creating videos regularly. A complete breakdown last winter that not only saw me inconsolably distressed and crying for 2 weeks straight, but also set back my health and the progress I'd made in the previous year. It took me a few months to finally get back to being somewhat functional and to be able to withstand interacting with other human beings, and basically to get back to where I had started. March was a milestone for me, and I posted an extensive and detailed explanation of my health problems on Patreon. If you want to know all the nitty-gritty details, then you can pledge $1 or more to read that. I'll put a direct link to that post in the description. Since March, I've continued to make strides on Patreon, Twitter, and in my daily life. I've live streamed a number of times, done a bunch of Patreon Minecraft server events, and I'm generally stable enough psychologically to be able to interact with other human beings again. I still go weeks at a time where I can't physically speak. I struggle with self-esteem, anxiety, and all of the negative schema that I've learned from my past abuse, but I'm trying, and I'm slowly moving forward again. Where does this leave my YouTube channel? I haven't given up, but I will need to continually reassess what I'm capable of doing and not just push through pain to create and set my health back months again. Currently as it is, I have a very difficult time sitting at the computer for any length of time. I desperately need to save for a new chair that will better alleviate and accommodate for the inflammation, joint and nerve pain, as well as help correcting posture and giving my back the proper support it needs. But beyond that, it's hard to sit, stand, crouch, or basically exist in any one position for too long. YouTube videos have the benefit of being pre-recorded, so I can take my time and do lots of cuts, take breaks, but it also sets off my anxiety and requires twice as much work for editing, rendering, thumbnails, descriptions, tags, etc. And because of that anxiety, it can also set off a myriad of pain and associated physical symptoms. Making this video is a prime example. It took multiple weeks to set this up, and we've been working on this all day just to record it. So tension, pain, nerve damage, inflammation, even if I'm having a good day psychologically and physically, any number of seemingly insignificant activities can trigger and set off a domino effect of symptoms that can take me out for days or months. With live streams, I can spend most of my energy on the actual content and get to interact directly with viewers live, just play and chat more casually without feeling like I need to fill every silence with my voice, which overstrains me. So I do want to do more pre-recorded video content for YouTube, but as of right now, I'd rather spend the little strength and time and energy I do have just directly hanging out with patrons or live streaming on Twitch. The instant gratification of doing things live helps me get past my anxiety and utter lack of self-worth, and actually allows me to relax and get outside of my head to do something productive and positive, which is the best kind of win-win scenario I can hope for right now. Recently, I've been working on designing and implementing a bed stream setup, part of which you can see here, so that I can very literally stream from my bed, and it's been surprisingly successful. By removing the desk from the equation entirely, it removes that source of pain and tension, circumnavigating my need for a better chair, for now at least. As long as I make sure to take preemptive measures beforehand, take regular breaks, limit emotional distress, stay vigilant and attentive to my throat's condition, limit speaking time and conversational content, drink lots of water, follow up with a post-stream care, and not just push through the pain because I'm having fun, I've managed to stream for as long as 3 or 4 hours at a stretch. This month alone, I've already streamed for nearly 24 hours total, which was impossible and unheard of even a few weeks earlier than now. As fun and as enjoyable as streaming is for me and my viewers, streaming costs money and rarely makes anything back unless I get a direct individual donation on stream. As of this August 2017, I have become a Twitch affiliate, which means I can now have paid subscriptions and bits, but 1 bit equals 1 cent, and over 50% of each subscription is taken off and I have to pay fees to get a payout. And if I do get a payout, it's still not for another 2 months after I've accrued $100. Individual donations and Patreon subscriptions will always be far more valuable and helpful, but now there's another way that you can show your support if you're interested. If we want to talk dollars and cents, I have always said that you have to do what makes you happy and not just do it with the hopes of getting rich and famous. And I know YouTube has never really been a big earner for me, but in the last few years, and especially more recently with the adpocalypse in particular, YouTube ads have made less money. The system has changed to limit monetization of video content, specifically targeting things like pain and depression as being not ad-friendly anymore. And there are more people taking advantage of the content ID system to screw people over, like me, that have legitimate legal permissions for all of the content they use. Plus, more companies are claiming copyright content and literally taking away any pennies you would have earned for themselves. So, there's that. In the 5 years or so that I've been doing YouTube, the thousands of videos, months at a stretch with daily content, as well as creating something that was downloaded, used, and loved by literally millions of people worldwide, during those 5 years, I've earned less than 1 month's salary at minimum wage. So if you condensed all 5 years of my work, experience, investment, events, emails, editing, ideas, rendering, planning, collaborations, crashes, hours of labor, technical problems, contacts, social media, everything over the past 5 years, my income for those 5 years put together was less than 1 month working as a shelf stocker, sandwich artist, dishwasher, or cashier. And I should know, because I've worked all of those jobs too. So on top of that, the money I have made off of YouTube still wouldn't have even covered a fraction of the basic costs to create those videos, never mind the equipment, the hours of labor I've put in, or the actual cost of living. So basically after half a decade of doing that, I can't keep leveraging my health and spending my energy so freely. I need to be able to support myself at the very bare minimum. I should like to think that the time that I spent and what I create is worth at least as much as the time and skills of your local coffee barista. So now what? I don't know. I want to continue to find ways to create, help others, and spread love and laughter if I can, but I'm struggling to just exist most days. I'm gonna have to put my health physically and psychologically first, and hopefully I can build back up the strength and stamina to be able to attempt new avenues and alternative ideas and ways to create that don't destroy me. Not only can I no longer keep up with the physical demands that most YouTubers and streamers put themselves through, but with all of my health problems, I'm also incapable of doing a normal job anymore. So no matter what happens next, posting this update video is the first step, and something I've been too scared, too hurt, and too weak to overcome until now. If you want to make sure you're notified of any streams or activity I do in the future, then you're best off following me on Twitter and Twitch, as well as staying subscribed on YouTube. If you want to become a part of the Federation community and get to spend time with me on our Minecraft server, hang out together in voice chat, you can become a patron for as little as $5 to get access to all of those perks and more, including participating in certain streamed and recorded community and patron-exclusive events. If you're interested in getting to know some more of the community members better, chat directly with me and the rest of the Federation in real time, you can now join the Discord channel, which has previously only been open to patrons. If you haven't visited my Patreon campaign in the last few months, I recently rewrote, restructured, and completely redid every single page and part of my Patreon campaign, so you should definitely check that out. I'm not currently creating all of the content to fulfill all of the rewards I've detailed, but what I've listed are the projects and plans I'm currently working towards. I've also cleaned up my Twitch page and added a bunch of new buttons and links with more features and changes to come. In the future, I'm planning on doing some art live streams, testing out private YouTube patron exclusive streams, as well as finally starting to record my podcast that I know some of you have been eagerly awaiting, and some other secret and special projects. If you want to be the first to know about any new upcoming events and projects, get early access, get exclusive patron perks and rewards, help fund the future development of Life in the Woods, or just help support me, please check out some of the Patreon tiers I offer. I'll be adding an alternative PayPal subscription payment option for people soon as well. I do hope to be able to create and post new videos on YouTube again in the near future, though not as regularly as before, but until then, you can find me on Twitter, Twitch, Patreon, or Discord. If you'd like to know more about some of the additional or alternative ways you can help support me, I've got a link with full details in the description. You can use my affiliate links, which, again, links are in the video description, You can send donations directly via PayPal, send live messages and donations while I'm streaming, or just let an advert run its full length on my YouTube video, share my content, or send me a message. Every little bit really does help. Currently, Patreon and any tips people send me directly on PayPal are my hope that you'll be hearing from me again sooner rather than later. Until then, be well. I am truly thankful to you all.